Following Donald Trump's rally in North Carolina, where he fear-mongered about Representative Ilhan Omar and a chant by rally-goers indicating that they want to, quote, send her back, he has now provided plausible deniability for anyone in the right wing who gets confronted with questions about Trump's racism. So what's the plausible deniability? Here's Trump pretending as if he's not a racist.
When your supporters last night were chanting, send her back, why didn't you stop them? Why didn't you ask them to stop saying that?
Well, number one, I think I did. I started speaking very quickly. It really was a loud, I disagree with it, by the way, but it was quite a chant. And I felt a little bit badly about it. But I will say this, I did, and I started speaking very quickly. But it started up rather fast, as you probably noticed.
So you'll tell your supporters never to say that again?
I would say that. I was not happy with it. I disagree with it. But again, I didn't say that. They did. But I disagree with it.
But they were echoing what you said in your first tweet, that they should go back.
Well, I don't think if you examine it, I don't think you'll find that. What I would suggest I was not happy with it, but what I would suggest, you go there, go to North Carolina, and you ask the people, why did they say that? But that's what they said.
So of course, Trump has said that they should go back to their countries, not only in the form of a tweet where he specified countries, but also in various media appearances. We have a mashup that I want to show real quick, and then Cenk, I want your thoughts. Take a look.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, all I'm saying is if they want to leave, they can leave, John. They can leave. Very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. And all I'm saying that if they're not happy here, they can leave. If you're not happy, you can leave. If you're not happy here, you can leave. And that's what I say all the time. That's what I said in a tweet, which I guess some people think is controversial. A lot of people love it, by the way. A lot of people love it. They can leave, and you know what? I'm sure that there'll be many people that won't miss them. These are people that if they don't like it here, they can leave.
Again, I didn't say that. They did. Go to North Carolina, and you ask the people, why did they say that? But that's what they said.
All right, I love that because it's classic Trump in two different ways. One is, I didn't say that. And then he's on video saying it about 20 times, right? We have the video, and it's not like we had to dig into the archives. That was a couple of days ago. Don't you remember saying it? Don't you remember the tweets that you sent that started this whole thing? Where do you think they got it in their head to chant, send her back? They got it from your tweets and your comments. Anyway, he's pathological. Absolutely pathological in terms of how he lies and how often he lies. Before I get to the second point.
I have to respond to that quickly. I know it grates on your nerves when anyone tries to allege that Trump has any type of strategy whatsoever. And I hear you, he's a doofus and it's hard to believe that there's anything going on in that mind of his. However, I think he knows that people can compare the tapes and see what he really said, but he's surrounded by yes men. The GOP is surrounded by, or is basically filled with people who want to cite something that Trump said so they can argue that he's not racist, right? So what are they gonna do? What is the conservative media gonna do? You think they're gonna show tape of what he really said? No, they're just gonna use the tape of what you just saw, right? Which is, no, I hated it, it was very bad. I started speaking very quickly. I didn't agree with it. That's what they're gonna cite, Cenk, because they know that people are in their little media bubbles, right? People either only consume conservative media or left-wing media. Left-wing media, you get what I'm saying.
Us.
Yeah.
Anyway, so look, I hear you, but there's no strategy. He just says one thing that he thought that was advantageous on Tuesday, and he says something else on Thursday because obviously his advisors told him, "Oh, the polling's disastrous." Now 7 out of 10 independents hate you, and you might lose North Carolina. Oh, I didn't say it. They said it, which leads me to point number 2. And I told you guys this from day one too. The Republican voters, you are the last suckers. So he has treated everyone in his life like suckers. Oh, come to Trump University. I'll teach you about real estate. I'll be there. No, I'll send a cardboard cutout of me, right? oh, donate to my charity and I will use it for charity. Use it to settle my legal bills and buy portraits of myself. And for Republican voters, you just saw him do it with your own eyes. He threw you under the bus. If you were part of his rally, he said, I don't know, go ask them. They're the ones who chanted it. I was unhappy with it. They're the ones who chanted it, ask them. In other words, it's my voters' fault, it's not my fault. And when he loses the next election, by the way, he is definitely gonna say that too, and he's gonna blame you guys for everything. You think he won't turn on MAGA?
By the way, if that happens, awesome.
It is.
Right?
He can't help himself.
I hope that day comes when he is booted out of office by voters. It'd be great if Pelosi did something about it, but okay, we have to wait till the election. But more importantly, if he does turn on them, I would love nothing more. I mean, he's done that to so many people close to him, so many.
I guarantee you that he thinks MAGA guys are losers.
Of course he does.
And of course he said that in private, right?
He said it publicly too.
He said it on a couple of occasions, very close things that are reported to that phraseology, right? And if he loses, he's got to have an out, and there's going to be no outs.
Yep.
And because he thinks I am rich, so even though his dad gave him everything, so I am worthy. These guys, they're just suckers to be used like I've used every other sucker. They're a bunch of losers. And he's too stupid and pathological not to say it at some point when he gets especially bitter.
What I think is so interesting though is, look, I get the questions about the chant, but there's so much more emphasis on the chant as opposed to what he said during that rally. They're just the brazen lies about these congresswomen, and especially Representative Ilhan Omar. So how come none of those reporters asked, all right, so you lied about Ilhan Omar's alleged support for Al-Qaeda, but it seems like you support Al-Qaeda because you sell weapons to Saudi Arabia and those weapons end up in the hands of Al-Qaeda. Do you have anything to say about that? Right? How come they don't ask him those questions? Because first of all, the lies that he's telling about people and the fear mongering is what leads to the behavior we're seeing by the voters. So instead of cleaning up the blood or trying to figure out, what you can do about the blood, let's do something about the gushing wound that is Donald Trump in this case.
Yeah, I want the reporters next to go do what Trump asked them to do. Go to North Carolina. And I don't know how you're gonna find the people at that rally, but ask random Republicans if you have to. Trump blamed you, said it was your fault for chanting "send her back," and that he didn't encourage you, and he tried to move on because he thought you were so wrong. How do you feel about that?
You know what? I was so wrong. He's right. Trump is right. I'm an idiot.
You know what? He could shoot me on.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I know. He could shoot me on Fifth Avenue. I'd be okay with it. Is the probable answer. On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.